Hey everybody, KC here. So I got this email today from typewriter.plus, and I have no idea why I got this email. I don't think I signed up for it. It ends up that typewriter.plus does a number of things, not the least of which is they do contract copy editing on websites, papers, and things like that. I had a suspicion that somebody may have actually signed me up for this because, I get occasionally people who complain about the occasional typo on morning newsbeat. I always apologize. I do a spell check every day. Yeah, I apologize when these things happen. I try not to make mistakes. I am turning out anywhere from 3,000 to 6,000 words a day, 5 days a week, 48 weeks a year. So, occasionally mistakes are going to happen. Anyway, it ends up that this particular email that I got from them actually is the kind of thing that they do to give advice, right? And one of the things they talk about is the importance of making lists of new ideas. And the point they make is that Ray Bradbury, the science fiction author, used to make a practice of writing a short story a day. And that just gave him an enormous fund of content that he could eventually publish, whether it's collections or a lot of it came out posthumously, I think. And their idea was, listen, if you wrote down 10 ideas a day as a business, you would be a much more creative and innovative business. Now, to me, 10 ideas, that's a lot. Right? That's a lot of ideas. Most people are lucky if they can come up with 1 or 2 good ideas a day. Now, I remember back in the old days, Leonard used to talk about the idea that when they would send people off to look at stores, they were required to come back from those trips with at least 1 good idea, 1 actionable, positive idea that they could apply to their business. Now, I think that's a really good idea. When you send people out, have them come back with a single idea. It's a little difficult to send people out these days just because of the world in which we live, but eventually we'll get back to it. But I think if everybody in a store and management was tasked with the idea, you got to come up with 1 good idea a week, right? And then do a contest, do a reward, show people that if you get a really good actionable idea, you're willing to put it into practice. That will generate its own kind of enthusiasm. But I think the basic idea is right. If you can get people thinking about new ideas, presenting them, thinking them through, and then can try to implement them, oh man, businesses can't help but be more innovative. And if you're going to start from the premise that a business is going to have to be different coming out of the pandemic than it was going into the pandemic, well, I think you can't have enough ideas to make that happen. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.